You know what it is? Sort of bulk sorting out here. Excuse me while I fix my shit. Get this all settled in here. Alright, let me get this going here. We're currently in our Tales of Aria bulk, which is fitting for Rosetta, so... Oh, wait. This is right. Okay. Blizzard Bolt, Buzz Bolt, Chilling Ice Vein, Old Wave, Dazzling Crescendo, Fake Out, Razzle, Snapshots, Earth Ring Blade stuff. I think these are actually all in your color order already, which is sick. Sure is. Sure is all in its color order. Oh, except this one. What's that? These guys here. Time to chill. Time to just enjoy some bulk sorting. All right. So let's see here. We're almost done with first edition Rosetta. Once first ed Rosetta is done, we can move on to unlimited Rosetta, which is significantly less, actually. Surprised how much first ed we have with everything here. Spire Lightning, Rites of Lightning, Rites of Replenishment, Stir the Wildwood, Vela Flash. I wish I had some Ball Lightning. That would be cool. Mechanic Shockwave, Rainbow Spark. All right. Sure, we've got everything in color order. I would like to get through Everfest tonight, but I don't have as much time as I would theoretically like today. So, goal is to get... That's what I thought I did. Goal is to get through Everfest today. And then we should be able to move to 2.0 stuff, where we have a lot. We have a lot of stuff for 2.0. Part of me wants to crack open some first ed boxes of Tales of Aria, just so I have more first ed foils here, because I'm happy to know I have these first ed foils, but I would like more. I would like to actually get more. Even though technically Unlimited is the more sought-after version. As of this moment. Fine Lightning, Rejuvenate. That's it. Alright, that's easy. Not a whole lot of those. We're gonna need to make some space here, it looks like, so... Is in order already? Solar Surge. They are. At least the Earth ones are. I see. Polar Blast. Winter's Bite. All lightnings. These in here. All Lightning, Electrify, Heaven's Claws, Lightning Surge. Yeah. Okay. So, good there. I think I'm going to move over this Uprising. Good stuff there. Now we will continue this here. We've got emboldens, thumps. These are in order. This embolden here. We've got Bolton shots, flex. Those are good. Sigil of Sufferings, Singeing Steelblade. They're all in order. Perfect. All right. Now what we actually need is I need another. Oh, there's one right down there. Hold on. Gotta get rid of these little dividers. Let's go turn on a fan. It's a little hot. Certainly going to help me with my card sorting. All right. So there's that. So now we just have the unlimited that we have here. So should all be in order, actually. Blizzard Bolt, Buzz, Chilling, Cold, Flake, Whereas, Twine Ice, Entwine Lightning, Rejuvenate, Amulet of Earth, Autumns, Earthlore, Weave. I think this is all in order. Golden Thump, Bolton Shots, Overflex, Singeing, Cracker Jacks, Runaways, Lexi, Briar, Cracked. Okay, cool. That's easy. And then we just have our measly 2 cards here. So, Earth Ranger or Elemental Ranger goes in front of Elemental Illuminated. So that would end there. And then we are set to go. So that. Now we move into Everfest. So, what I already have for Everfest, I can move over. Good amount of stuff. So real quick, I need to move here. Realizing how much Dynasty. Dynasty is coming in clutch here. A lot of. This is Uprising. Dynasty. There's spots to put things. I'm running out of places to put stuff. Okay. Damn it. Woo! All right, let's just confirm. We've got brute stuff. I think all of this should be in the order it needs to be. W, yeah. So brute, guardian, thunderquakes, yeah. Brute, guardian, illusionist. Illusionist. And we've got more here. We've got the Mechanologist, Payloads, Rotary Ram, T-Bones, Zoom-ins. We're luckily in... Oops, hold on. We're in technically 2.0 territory with Everfest now, so we don't have to worry about first ed or anything of the sort. We should just be able to play to use what we got. So M, N for Ninja. And it's Ranger. Ranger. Runeblade. Lots still here too, so. Ranger, Runeblade. Warrior, then Wizard, right? Warrior. Then. All Warrior. Wizard, and then the generics. Generics are also seem to be in order. I'm just going to do them a little half stack here at a time. Our amulets. Yep. Oblivion, Clarity. Even bigger than that. Then we have healing potions, high strikers. Looks like everything's in order. Which is good. Very good, as a matter of fact. So, just start off with this then. So, find the pattern. This can start here. If I find any more Everfest, I can just add it to this. All the classes are in the order that I want them to be in. I've got guys here too. Things I have. I think I have some more Everfest in another box. But But the good news is that we are flying for it because it's already sorted. So we don't need to worry too much about that. Even sorted the hollows I got. What? Call them hollows ever. What? So theoretically Uprising is, or not Uprising, Everfest is done. But I gotta check through all this stuff here first to determine what's in here so that I know. There are a few more things that I need to check. Determine. Hitters. Outsiders and Dynasty. We've gone through that already. Going to be Uprising. Part of this fail. Part of this fail. Not part of this fail. Here we have Everfest. bright lights, outsiders, right? Bright lights, outsiders, and there. Small down here. Uprising, you know, I have a whole box, so uprising is what we'll have to do. Okay. Let's do a quick thing here. Are these all foils? Is I guess the real question here. They are not. Foil, non-foil, foil, foil, foil. Yeah, non-foils. More non-foils. I think this might just be all non-foils here. Put them in the light and we're gonna see. Find out, because they're not, haha. Foil, 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 non-foil. And a ring light really helps you with determining some of these, whether or not they're foils or not. Oh, okay. So let's put that in there. Let's go ahead and just sort these out. Shouldn't be too annoying as far as where to put them. Third, Ranger, Mechanologist, Illusionist, Brute, Generics, Brute, Guardian, Warrior, Runeblade, Wizard, Warrior, Guardian, Illusionist, Runeblade, Token, Neck, Brute, Ninja. That's what it's supposed to be. Generics. Mech, Wizard, Runeblade, Illusionist, Ninja, Runeblade, Wizard, more Wizards, more Illusionists. I feel like these are from commoner decks that I built long ago and never ended up deconstructing. That's why this is such a weird mishmash of stuff. Okay. Perfect. I'm sweating. Okay. We'll check these. They should be quick. High Roller, Wild Ride, Bear Fangs, Wild Ride. Bad Beats, Bear Fangs. And Bear, High, Wild Ride. These away. Beats. Beats. Red Bear Fangs. Bear Fangs. Yellow High Roller. Yellow and blue Wild Ride. Perfect. Here. Put it somewhere. Right here. Just make. Okay. Got Seismic, Macho, Thunder, Steadfast. Macho, Seismic. Seismic, Steadfast, Thunderquake. So, Guardian. Macho Grande into a yellow Macho Grande, a Seismic Stir red, blue Seismic Stir, Steadfast red, Earthquake red. Now we're done with Guardian. Boom. Is done. Now we move to Illusionist, Passing Mirage, Veiled Intentions, Phantasmal Haze, Coalescence Mirage. Coalescence Mirage, Coalescence Mirage. Haze Bendings, but here's the Passing Mirages. Phantasmal Haze red, Phantasmal Haze yellow, and the Veiled Intention yellow. Hi, little man. What are you doing? Little guy? What are you doing? Sorry, my cat wants attention. My cat wants attention. He wants attention. Okay. What is it? What is it? Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Oh, yeah. Oh, you bullshit. Okay. Hold on, Bubble. Just a little bit. Hold on. We got some rotary rams, some zoom-ins, and a payload. Oh, Metal Pete. I know. I know. You probably want to come up here and go on the window on the back. Go on my shoulder. Like, your dad's a little busy right now. He's a little busy, bro. A little busy, bro. He's a little busy. He's just a little busy. I would definitely make sure to go ahead and help you out. Some mech done. Now we move into Ninja. Got Waxons. Ride the Tailwinds and Twin Twisters. Luckily, we have a whole bunch of these 100 wins, which is nice. 100 wins is the key card here for ninjas in most cases. Twin Twisters there, and then what is this? Oh, just 2 blue Waxon? 2 blue Waxon. Perfecto. All right. There. Ranger stuff. It's just fatigue shots, though. Fatigue shots. Yellow fatigue shots. So all the ranger stuff is taken care of here. Crazy in that regard. Cards here from this. Add them to this big pile. Hopefully everybody's doing okay today. Hopefully I can actually see everybody. Hold on. I'm only expecting that there's usually a time in which I'm trying to see people and not seeing anything, so cool. Just confirming that there. All right. What? What? What is it, shaky boy? Huh? What is it? You just want love? Yeah? Is that it? Is that all you want? Whoa. Whoa. Ready to kill. Kill, little man. Kill. What's with that stance you got going on there, bud? Just hang it together. What? What? You come up here. When I say okay. Okay. Alright, hold on. Card break. Everybody. My little boy here just wanted some shouldies. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna eat some chocolate covered cashews. But you can't get up there. Not for kitties right now. At least you're purring. You want to see what it's like to do this here, bub? Oh, there's your little paw. There's your little paw. Uh-huh. Oh, you don't say, bub. You don't say. Bub, can I get back to sorting cards? I don't have a whole lot of time tonight to do this. Can I maybe sort some more cards, please? Can I maybe sort some more cards? Is that a thing I can do? You know, you kind of take up all of my arms trying to do this. No, you still want to hang out here? Little man? I wish I had a second camera so you guys could see what is happening to me right now while I am being held hostage by my cat. My little man, he's a boy who likes to climb up on shoulders as a way of comfort. And he also doesn't like to, you know, ask for it. He just likes to jump up there and get comfortable. So I need to invest in a second camera because that way you guys can see what I'm working with when I have to do stuff like this. Okay, Bob? Yeah. And he's like not ever done. He just like loves it up here. Little boy. Little baby man. Well, maybe we can do this with one hand. Let's be a little productive, huh? Rill. Rill. Reek. Rill. Alright. Maybe we can do it off camera. Reek of corruption. Reek of corruption. Reek of corruption. We have Shrill of Skull Form. Alright. Now we're on to warrior stuff. Pardon my reach, Bob. Buddy, you're insane. You're insane, little dude. In the swing, Blade Runner, in the swing, Outland Skirmish. And skirmish, and then slicing. Okay. Let's take our warrior stuff. Blade Runner. 2 blue Blade Runner. Red in the swing. He's here. Land skirmish. Slice and dice. What's on warrior stuff for our Everfest cards? Okay. Wizard. Alright, Bubba, pardon my reach. Good. Inspect him for chemicals. Timekeeper, Emeritus, Rye. Timekeeper, Rye, and then Pyro. Emeritus Scalding, Blue Prize. And then Timekeepers. All right, let's check these out. Only blue prize. Yellow pyroglyphic. This card's a holographic every single time I see it. Foil. I almost like calling them hollows instead of foils. Sounds better. Sounds cooler. Sounds like it's more fun. Yeah, bud. What are you... My gosh, dude. Oh. Oh, little man. What is it? Oh, I'm almost done with Everfest. Can I be done with Everfest, please? Is that a thing I can do? Talisman, potion, talisman. Smashing good time. Potion of deja vu. Even bigger than that. Element O, A, B, C, D, F, G, J, K. Okay, so that's what we're looking like here. Wrap up. I'm gonna have to put you down for this one, guy. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of reaching around and stuff. Is that what you wanted with some kisses? Little boy. Kind of nice. Okay, Bob. You gotta get down. I know. Ah. Okay. So for this one, we're gonna need to do all the functions because we need to have everything that is up to a certain point. So even bigger than that is in this first pile, so we'll get that there. Healing potion is we have pick a card, any card. That's not in this pile. That's and we're here. We're in this one. Wait for the party. Card, any card. Potion of Deja Vu. Potion of Seeing is what we need next. Potion of Seeing. Smashing Good Time right here, and then a Talisman of Recompense. Perfect. All right, that is that for this. Now I need to put in the Spectral Shield tokens that are in the back of this. Do I have Spectral Shield tokens? Seismic. Over. No? Interesting. Oh well. All right. That's good there then. What did I just hit? I just hit something. Now we just have these. So these are the foils. So we got Warrior, Illusionist, Mechanologist, Warrior, Ninja, Guardian, Wizard. This will be a Seismic Stir. I really should get a lot of these into a binder. That's really what I want to do, but it's only like one copy, so it's not like it's like a game-changing amount of foils to put in there, but it's enough. It is enough. All right. The rest. Rotary Ram Red. foil. Twin Twister yellow foil. Slice and Dice blue. That's right. Warrior Wizard stuff over here. Ranger, Rune Blade. Gosh, got everything but what I need. Slice and Dice blue. There it is. Oh, we have an in the swing here too. Fuck. There. And then Pry blue or Pry red. Pry red. Boom. All right, now we're done with Everfest. But I am going to go double, triple, quadruple check the rest of my bulk because I feel like I have more. Well, it appears, unfortunately, we're going back to Ari. Thought I was done with Ari. No. No. That's so bad. I'm so upset at that. Arya, and then we do have... have more Everfest as well. So that sucks. I'm gonna get this stuff in. So I can put this up. Knew I had more Arya sitting around somewhere. Knew it. Felt into my bones. Should have looked. Got this here. Real question here is that how much Arya in Everfest do we have? A lot more Everfest. Good to know. Good to know. A lot more Everfest. Outsiders. On. Also. Should be good. Maybe. Now I need to check whether or not the stuff is good. Hey, what's up, Michael? How are ya? Where do I get these sorting containers? I bought this one off Amazon. This is a BCW sorting card sorter. What, little man? What is it? What? What? Do you want to say hi to your audience? You want to say hi? Say hi to everybody. Say hi. What's going on? We're dancing. We're dancing. Yeah? He's just a needy boy right now. Got home from work a little while. I'm dead. Yeah, I had a pretty crazy day at work today myself, so. Oh, buddy. Talking to your fan base? Yeah? Talking to your fan base? What? You can't go up on the windowsill here, bud. I've got things I'm doing. Oh yeah, you're gonna knock over my cards? Is that how you feel about this? Really? We're gonna do that today? Is that what's happening? Dummy. But I don't know what you want from me. I mean, I know what you want, but I can't give it to you right now. You want to go up here? Is that what you want? Go up here? No, you can't. Alright, I gotta make more room now, because now I freaking have all this aria that I have to go through, and then I have all this Fest I need to go through. You know what, I guess let me make sure that I have enough space. I don't know if you watched Charlie, but he made a video the other day about the litter box. It was I haven't seen every now and again I'll catch some of his stuff, but I did actually see a post about that. That's a pretty crazy thing. That company's got a big lawsuit on their hands. That's really sad. I honestly think it's kind of why it's one of the reasons why we kind of like stray away from doing the automatic like kitty litter, because it's too dangerous. Like, regardless of the fact that like it's supposed to have like a sensor and so on and so forth, like, but like, doesn't this one like it doesn't like flips the thing or whatever and like crushes the cat inside of it or something like that? It's supposedly really brutal. I should probably do this like I did prior so I don't just waste my time. Let's go here. Lightning, S, Ice, Guardian. Ranger. S, Butte. Yeah, definitely, I'm assuming they're going to have a huge lawsuit issue. Because, like, a lot of people who also... I think that's the other thing, too. a lot of people who get cats often think that they can also like automate the litter process of it, which, you know, in some cases you're able to do, but it really doesn't take much and isn't really like, oh, it's not very, I don't know how to say, it's not very difficult or disgusting to clean your cat's litter box. Like, what we actually have is really, really nice because we have flushable litter. So we have the litter box in the bathroom, and every time we go to use the bathroom, right? Whether, really, I mainly just do it if I go pee or something. I'll just take a couple scoops from the litter box and put it into the toilet. You know, you don't want to put like a ton of it in there, right? Because, it is still, it's still like a lot of stuff. But even if you just do a couple scoops at a time and then flush every time you're in the bathroom, it's like made out of corn. So it just goes down. Really, really simple and easy. It doesn't take any extra time out of my day to do it. Rune blade. And for how fast they come in with new sets, is it at least a slower pace than Magic? I feel Magic is a new set every 2 months. Yeah, actually, it is a significantly slower pace. As of right now, it's a pretty slow pace. I think a new Flesh and Blood set comes out about every like 3.5 months ish. So we normally get about 3 sets a year, but they are making some new product, and that product's kind of supposed to be like supplementary product for certain classes. So that might see release alongside other stuff. So there might be like 4-ish SKUs worth of stuff that drop every single year. Whereas I know Magic has one come out like every month almost. Like, it is crazy how frequent it is for Magic. But Flesh and Blood certainly at a nice pace. There's actually if you're able to make it to an LGS in your area that does Flesh and Blood events, the pre-release for Rosetta, the new set to come out, actually comes out this weekend, or the pre-release is happening this weekend. So if you happen to be available to go to a place to play, you can always go ahead and go join into a pre-release and kind of see how the game is. It takes a little bit of knowledge to do a pre-release, but overall it's not too bad. There are some like pre-release primers you can go watch online to join in on the fun there, but honestly, the releases are really, really nice. We don't have to wait too long for new stuff. And there's also like, I guess it's like big release and then like 1 or 2 supplementary products in between the releases that are like starter decks or like those mastery pack things I was talking about that are like supplementary for a certain class. That's about what we have for the release schedule for Flesh and Blood. But luckily, there's tons of things happening for the game all over the place. So whether it be at your LGS or you wanted to play online, there's tons of stuff available on how to play online. And then kind of moving in from there. But it's definitely slower than Magic, I'll give it that. All right. I swear I'm going to be so happy when I'm done with this. I really need to, after I'm done with these stacks, I need to make sure to go back in and double check that I don't have any more Aria to go through. Because I hate to find out late. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. But, how's Magic been for you? Are you collecting Magic, or do you play Magic? I know I see you in, like, DJ streams every now and again, and then you pop into kind of that crowd's stream, every now and again, but do you play, or do you just collect, or are you just interested in the game? Tomorrow, I summon Twitter's channel. There you go. Twitter is he he's streaming right now, right? Or did he finish streaming just a while ago? It's like it's Friday. I think he's live. We got the chance to play. Ah, okay. Well, plenty of opportunity if you're looking for that, right? Yeah, Tuesday and Friday is when he tends to do it, right? Well, it's cool that you at least go there and you support him and play around, and at least gets you, if you're trying to collect some stuff, some fun cards, it's a nice way to do that. Twiddler's got really great pricing on his stuff, and he's very quick to ship it out to you, and he also, it's kind of like a fun little, more like a game when you're buying cards from him, as opposed to if you were going to an LGS to buy those packs, right? Because if you're playing a game, it feels a lot better, like you might have an opportunity for you to get something else on top of what you get. So it's much better. I wish LGSs were doing that more frequently, because that would be cool to see. All right. Okay. Is he doing like a bounty thing or something of that sort? Probably. He's always got fun games over there. That was something back when I was like playing and collecting Magic a lot more. That's where I got most of my stuff, was from Twitter. I actually still have a whole box of cards that I got from him in like right here underneath my desk. Rarest card I ever pulled in Magic or Fab. I'd say maybe I might be able to show you. Hopefully the lighting's good. I'd say maybe the rarest card I pulled. Get all this stuff out of the way. All right, hopefully this can... The lighting's probably going to make it look... Price points before random draft packs that are clicked. Oh, I see. Should have it. Those are generics. Down here, right? Where the hell was it? Must have put it in. It must be in the back. After all this, yep, there it is. This card is probably my rarest card that I've ever pulled from a Flesh and Blood set. Is this Traverse the Universe? This is a cold foil version of the card. So you'll see it's got kind of a more like metallic sheen to its to its border. But this is an extended art cold foil version of this card. I think it goes for about 140 right now. Pretty good. Where I'm out on the West Coast. I'm actually in the mountains. I am based in the mountains. Well, I should be more specific. I'm in Colorado. Colorado is my state. Say I'm in mountain time. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, so that's probably my rarest pull. I think it is the most expensive card besides like Marvel Heroes in the entire set. So it's pretty cool to see that. And I pulled it. It's funny because I pulled that and its rainbow foil version, which is just its lower rarity version, in the same 8 packs that I used for a pre-release. So it's always a fun story because I was able to just get both right then and there and go, oh, okay, like here we go. Yeah, I think if I was closer to the West Coast, I know poor DJ, I've been, he's been wanting to find some way for me to get out there to the West Coast and hang out with him in California. But I don't have the ability to just go to California, so I barely have the ability to go back home to Illinois to see like people. Although I really might be going in December. I might be going back to Illinois in December. I'm not sure. There's an event that's happening out there that I really want to go to, but I have to figure out my PTO for that time and all this other stuff, so I don't exactly have a specific plan yet for that. Go to MagicCon? Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be cool to go to a MagicCon. I honestly, if they hold a MagicCon or they hold like a calling or something in the Denver area, like that would be just rad. But I think they had they just recently had like a Grand Prix or not a Grand Prix, an RCQ, like a regionals or something. It's usually in Las Vegas. Oh yeah, the MagicCon. So there's several MagicCons throughout like the year, but I do believe there is supposed to be one in Vegas like every year. So that would be fun. I could probably drive there. Maybe. But that would be a fun thing to go do. Doot. Boop. Nice. And these are all out of whack. I'm gonna have to sort these. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But that'd be a fun thing to do. I don't know. I just need to get, with me just switching into a new job, I need to get PTO. If I can get like enough PTO, it'll be fine, because I can max out on 80 hours of PTO, which is awesome. And I think after a year of me being with the company, I can get even more, like an unlimited supply of PTO. But I have to just like determine that. Because luckily my job can also be done from anywhere. So if I have the ability to go somewhere, if I can go there and work like a day, I can show up like a day early from the convention and then just work a day when I get there, and then what am I trying to say? And then just go to the convention afterwards and take those days off. So that would be the dream. All right. Electrify this. But I know there are a lot of people who went to Gen Con, I think, just recently. Gen Con is another one that I'd certainly like to go to. I have somebody in the Flesh and Blood community who lives in Indiana that I might even be like rooming with, or like going to, might even stay at his house next year and go to Gen Con there, because that would be fun. I'd like to go experience that. Okay, we're still in the yellows. So we're getting through it, but... sometimes the cards are like dusty. Why is that? Why are sometimes these cards dusty? Lightning. See, I just like almost make that mistake. I think about it and I'm like, nope, I'm not there. That's not where that goes. Gosh, there's so many cards. Holy crap. Oh my god, so many cards. Ball lightning is right here. See, the thing that messes me up about this is that, like, ball lightning has this yellow on here to signify that it is, like, a lightning card on its border. But it also, down here, can't really, like, show you. Down here, it like kind of blends into a pink, whereas the ice cards just are blue everywhere, and the green cards are just green everywhere. So when I see a card like this, I also think it looks like this, because these also have rainbow things on the side of them. So I'm like, man, I just need to make sure that I'm doing it right. Doing it right. Doing it right. Gotta make sure that we're doing it right. We're doing it right, and we're doing it right. Now my knee is cramping up. Oh my gosh, my freaking knee. Why is my knee cramping up? Should not be cramping this much. Shoot. That's one of those times. Invigorate this, these. Electrify. Break ground. Thumps. All right. Coming down to the wire here finally, I believe. We got one more stack after this, and then we should be in the clear for Aria. That was right. Sometimes I just like instinctually know where to put it, and it looks wrong to me, so I have to fix it, and it ends up being right in the first place. Let's just lock in. Lock in. That's what we got to do. We just got to lock it in. Okay. More group stuff. I don't know why I thought that it was just going to be like a super easy getting through Aria and then Everfest. I was like, I know I have a lot of it. There's got to be a lot of it. But I got to make sure to double check after I'm done sorting all this last thing that I don't have any more Aria sitting around somewhere, because I'm going to be pissed if it turns out that I do. I have to sort that too, so rather just make sure I get it all done in one go here. Earth, mulch, this, that. Boop, 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 boop. Dubs, Dual Brain, and MTG Attitude were the closest people near me. Oh, there you go. Massachusetts. Oh, yeah. Dave's a pretty hospitable guy. I know that for sure. I know Ed. Ed does a lot of really awesome stuff. His channel's been growing pretty quickly too, so that's nice to see. I don't even know how many subs is he at now? That like 4K or something, 4,000 subscribers. He's doing pretty good for himself. Okay, lightning. This. A 4.5K. There you go. That's nice. I remember back when I met him, he was at like 1.2 or something like that. But he is definitely capitalizing on the vintage Magic scene. So that is his jam for sure. Get some good Magic deals. Yeah, I don't understand how people keep, like, they have to know who Ed is by now. Like, for these people to keep coming to these flea markets and then just being like, yeah, some guy's looking for Magic cards, and like, he'll, you know, buy them for crazy cheap and then just come home and be like, yeah, this actually had like $1,000 worth of value in it. But that's how you do it. You just got to find a good flea market. Makes it happen. So that's, I mean, a lot of what I did back when I was buying collections for Magic was I would just go on Facebook Marketplace and I would see who was just getting rid of their like bulk, right? Because I'd be like, oh yeah, it's just like a few like 1,000 cards, not the end of the world, and they're trying to sell them for like $10 or something. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy it for $10, sure. And so I buy the cards for $10. And it turns out that they have like some uncommons that were worth like $2 to $3, or they have a rare in there that spiked up to $10 or something. And I'm like, oh, cool. Okay. So I got my money's worth out of it. So it's a great way to start that. Hey, Facebook. Yeah, you can get a lot of great deals on Facebook. Lots of great deals. Facebook is where I still think I'd go if I was looking to get great deals. If I was just looking to buy, I'd just do that. Selling, I would never sell on Facebook. You lose out on money. Sure, you might be able to move product faster, but you lose out on money. And that's just not good. You don't want that. So I'd much rather sell. I'd much rather buy on Facebook than sell on Facebook. Whoa. Chill, dog. Lightning press. Everybody wants a lightning press. Everybody wants to do the thing and get a lightning press. Here we go, we're sorting cards. We're losing our sanity while we sort cards. We still have about an hour and a half, maybe even 2.5 hours to go. If I'm feeling generous. Did I drink all my coffee? No. Good coffee. Good coffee. Okay. I'm gonna go check real quick whether or not I have more Aria bulk. How many people actually got decent legend cards from the Dominaria United Collector's box? I mean, I do know of I've seen a few people who did pull things like Tabernacle or things like that, but I mean, a lot of people seem to have really only gotten like commons from Legends, which is still cool. You know, like if you're a brand new player and you've never had the opportunity to see what some of those older cards are, like it's a neat concept. And I like that they added it in there. But anytime they do anything like that, in most cases, it's just a cash grab. Because, like, why you're going to put them in there, and then you're going to be like, yeah, everybody start buying boxes. Because as you buy boxes, you'll have a chance at opening one of these cards. But it's, like, incredibly rare, and even if it does happen, the rate of it being a common is also really high. So your odds are still very low in pulling anything that would actually be really, really strong or really expensive. At that point, again, like this is just another example of you should just buy the singles as opposed to buying a box and then hoping that you get the card. Because you could probably, because what does Tabernacle even go for right now? Let me see. I'd be curious. Keyboard real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. TCG player. Tabernacle. Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. Is a $3,000 card. If you want it, let's say, because assume you want it near mint, right? You want it near mint. That's $3,000 for a near mint copy of the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. But, right? So, like, see, like, this is what we're looking at. So, $3,000 for a copy of the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. How much does a box of Dominaria United Collector Booster go for? Dominaria United Collector Booster. Let's just say a case, right? Because you're probably going to want to buy a case. So if you want to buy a case, which is 6 boxes of Dominaria United, which will in most cases grant you a fairly okay chance. Let's see here. Let's see. What do we have? Let me just double check. Dominaria United Legends cards. Your odds of opening Legends cards in Dominaria United. Do any player opening Dominaria United collector boosters will have a chance to find a Legends card in place of a common foil. 121 rares and Legends. Distribution with Legends. Certain cards were not there. Your odds of opening a card. Watsy mentioned you. Players have about a 3% chance or a 1 in 33.33% to open a Legends card in Dominaria United. Using the binomial distribution Excel formula, the probability of opening a Legend card in a collector booster box is 30%, or 1 in 3.27, surprisingly. There is an 88.84% chance, or 1 in 1.1 to find a Legends card in 6 collector booster boxes. If you wanted a close to 100% chance of finding a Legends card, you'll need to open 24 collector booster boxes. So 24 to get a near 100% chance. 24 collector booster boxes. That's 6, 12, 18, 24. That's 4 cases of Dominaria United at $1,000 a piece, which means that you're spending $4,000 for a chance at a Legends card, which you can buy for $3,000 at near mint. This is why you buy singles, because while it would be super cool to pull a card out of this on your first case, right? That would be so sick and be really, really cool. The problem is that you're not going to do that. And the odds of you doing that are really low. So even if you buy 2 cases at $2,000, you're already spending $2,000 on 12 boxes of Dominaria United collector boosters, which granted, you can open it and probably sell a good portion of the things inside of it, because let's be honest, Dominaria United had what? Shieldred the Apocalypse in it, right? Yeah. Which easily sells for an insane amount of money right now. So Shieldred is a great take. If you're going to be opening these things, you could probably open up the boxes and then sell the Shieldreds you pull to make back a fraction of the cost, and it will make up for a little bit. But even still, you're still gambling for a card that might end up being like 20 cents. Because if you go to the Legends cards, while this set is old, it still only has like 12-cent cards in it. Like, pretty old. Like, even though it's pretty old, a lot of these cards are, Davent Archer, lightly played, 22 cents. If you go to a near mint copy of it, 38 cents. So if you just wanted to get like a taste of what Legends is like, you can just buy the singles here until you can't afford the singles anymore, and then you can just stop. But that's how it is. That's how it be sometimes. So that's always my concept with these, is I think it's a really cool thing if you're already opening up product. But if you're trying to get the biggest hit out of a product, you're not going to get it, because that's just not the law of averages. Give me one sec. I'm going to find some stuff here. done with you. I was done with you, Monarch. No. Dang it. You're dust alone. But you're also Monarch. You're just alone. This card is Monarch. Weird. Well, we'll have to get to that, I guess. That's fine. Put on Monarch. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Now we got to deal with this. This in front of us. So, real quick though, I wanted to say thank you all for watching. If you have been watching me this whole time, always happy to have some co-pilots in the world here. I know a lot of people who were commenting on the giveaway that I'm going to go ahead and draw for that sometime tomorrow. A lot of people were really enjoying the bulk sorting streams and stuff like that. So it's really nice to know that you're enjoying those. Hope to be continuing to do them over time, but not forever, because that's the case. Enter the giveaway. I don't think so. I'd have to go check. What we're giving away though is this. These are dice for Flesh and Blood. They're like big dice you can use to notate like the damage you're presenting or any counters or anything of the sort. They've got a little bit of a glitter to them, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure if you did. I'd have to go check though. I haven't gotten a definitive list because I'm just waiting until we get that all set up. So what I need to do first though is I need to double check what cards are unlimited and what cards are first set. So we're gonna do that. But if you did want to enter the giveaway, you can do that. There's I think it's just called like the 2000 subscriber giveaway video. If you go there, you can leave a comment letting me know what you enjoy about the content that I have here on the channel. And then that's the case there. So, what's up, Jared? Yeah, I know, right? I like them a lot. I think they're really, really great, especially if you're using them like at your armory or even if you do just like online games. It's really, really good to have them available. So that way you can notate, how much damage you're coming in for and so on and so forth. So I know a lot of people enjoy the metal tokens, which are cool. And I certainly wish I had some, but for the most part, I think the dice really still do the job. And they're, and they come in different kinds of things, so it's fun. How are you doing tonight, Jared? How are you? Welcome on in. I'm sorting Aria, even though I thought I was done with Aria, but apparently I'm not done with Aria, so back in this. I also didn't see any foils. Hollows, so should be in a good spot there. We just have a little bit of uncommons. Mostly first ed stuff here. Let's see. Oh, there's some more uncommon. Or uncommon, unlimited. Keep calling them uncommons for some reason. They're not uncommons. There's no uncommon. All I know is I'm coming up on the end of this will be another 5,000 count box that I had filled. So I will be probably, and I know I have to buy another, I know I have to buy another 5,000 count box, because not only am I not going to be able to fit all of the bulk that I have in the general vicinity of me in these boxes, but I also know that I have Rosetta coming, and then I even have, there's another person who I got all this bulk, like a lot of this bulk from. That person is in talks with another person who is looking to offload their bulk. Therefore, it's going to go to me so I can give decks out to people. So that'll be a fun little thing to do. I still have to make sure I have like decks available for people to play and test them out, because I also don't want to like update the deck lists a whole lot. I kind of want it to be like pretty straightforward. So I'll get into Fab. It's helped me tremendously getting better understanding of the game. I could definitely see how dice tokens can help. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so happy that I was able to help you out and getting your Fab life started here. It always brings a smile to my face whenever somebody comes in and is just like, hey, like, you're the one who got me into Fab. And I'm like, wow, like, that's like the whole purpose of my channel is to get people into Fab. So I'm happy that I'm able to provide that that learning space for you. And you're right. The dice are certainly helpful, especially if you end up trying to teach somebody else. You know, you don't have to just tell them, hey, like, it's coming in for this or something like this. Like, you can just go, cool, 7 damage. And then you can just put the dice on top of it and it says 7. That's how much damage is coming in. The only downside is that there isn't a, I need to get like a go again token, because I want to be able to notate when a card has go again. That'd be the next step for me as a player, is to do that. There is just cat hair everywhere in this thing. Organized early. Nice. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm going through. I'm hoping that I don't have too much. I mean, I know I have a lot more bulk left, but I know that I did organize my part the Mistveil stuff to be pretty simplistic. It's really just a lot of this older stuff that needs to get organized, because I don't think I'm going to get much more of it. But I don't know. Every time I think like, oh, I'm not going to get any more bulk, somebody comes to me and goes, hey, do you want my bulk? And I'll go, yeah, of course. You know, but I have to make like a stopping point at some point, right? Like, I have to once I'm done sorting everything and I have everything in a good, like, organized way, I'm just going to start making decks. And so I'm just going to start, like, I'm going to go on Fabrary, I'm going to go make some commoner decks, and I'm just going to go ahead and get them all together. And especially with Rosetta, because now there are a bunch of heroes that are actually, like, playable, like classes that are playable in commoner. So I feel better about focusing on the commoner aspect of it. But Clash decks are also really, really good too. But the reason I make commoner decks is strictly because commoner is an official format of Flesh and Blood. So I certainly want to make sure that if people are going to be getting cards, that they can do that. But a Clash deck is also a nice choice because it also gets rid of some of the rares that I have here too. Whereas in most cases I wouldn't have that opportunity. So they might be Clash decks. I haven't quite decided yet. But Clash decks are also hard to do because Clash decks, you don't have any of the specializations. So it's like, you know, is it really better that you make a Clash deck because you're probably not going to put any specializations in there? Because those aren't exactly bulk. So, yeah. You'll get there. You'll get there, I am sure. It's only a matter of time, right? That's how I view it. It's like, I really, really enjoy getting bulk and then being able to, like, you know, sort through it and do all this. It's like a very cathartic thing to do, is just to get like this organized mess in order. But, you know, it's also really time consuming, right? Like, you know, if I'm not paying anybody else to help me with this, nobody else is helping me in regards to like setting, like, you know, organizing all these cards. It's just me. So I have to take several hours out of a day in most cases to go, okay, we have to sort, right? We have to organize, because the quicker everything is organized, the faster I get to utilize the cards and make decks. So whoop, almost missed one. Only a couple unlimited cards in here, which is kind of cool. It just gets rough on the eyes. It's rough on the eyes after a little while, everyone. Okay. Good. That's good. This is good. Okay. So these are our unlimited cards. These are our first edition cards. So we're going to go ahead, this, and we're going to do this. This, bam, blam, blam, and then we'll get to sorting. Ah, almost panicked. Say about vibing and throwing on a show, movie, or some tunes and organizing cards, forgetting about the other stuff. Absolutely, absolutely. Just like, you're in your zen, you know? Like, I think the only time I ever get, like, truly upset when it comes to, like, organizing is if I feel like I'm, like, I get everything in one set. Like, for instance, I just went through a whole bunch of Aria stuff before this, and I went, okay, cool. We should be set on Aria stuff. And then I went to another box of bulk to, like, confirm what was in the box, and there was more Aria after I had already moved on to Everfest. And I went, dang. Now I have to, like, sort through all this, put it into, you know, these areas, and get that all set up. And I'm just like, dang, it's a feels bad situation, but yeah. But that's the thing. That's why I really only limit myself to like a few hours, like usually like 2 to 3 hours a day, because I don't want to do this for like 8 hours. I will definitely not be in a good mental state after 8 hours of sorting cards. But I'm also somebody who likes to complete tasks. So if I'm ever like, oh yeah, like I really want to get this done, I'll sacrifice a lot of time to make sure it's done, especially if it's something that like needs to happen. for instance, like the reason I want to put so much focus into this is because it's like taking up a lot of space in it's taking up a lot of space in regards to what do you call it? Oh god. Brain is not firing on all cylinders today. It's just taking up a lot of space on the floor. Me to be pretty pissed. Oh no, absolutely, right? Like I'm doing my darndest. It's very, very difficult for me to get angry. I guess it's more like I get like annoyed easier than I get angry. I think angry is not an emotion that I often. This is a Guardian card. Son of a. But yeah, I don't normally get angry or anything. Normally it's just like hey, like, you know, it's kind of annoying. I have to go back and do this again, but like as long as I'm already here. Strength, glacial. Snow unders. Tangle. A lot of commons this time here. Mulch. Urging. Snow under. It was fused. It gains if this hits a hero, their first attack this next turn gets -2. Feels kind of okay, I guess, but what does Mulch do again? Mulch was fused. It gains if this hits a hero, put a card from their arsenal on the bottom of their deck. Ooh. Oh, for 4. Ew. Man. Some of these cards are just not on rate for Elemental Guardian. They're not even on rate. Like sometimes you'd think they'd be over rate, but these are definitely not on rate. Angle, glacial, but I guess if you play like tectonic plating or something with that, it's not too bad of a deal. Tangle, strength, and okay. That is everything for Guardian here. So let us put these into their correct color. All right, so that's 1. All right, 2. But once I see the final product, right? Once I've got it all inside of a box and it's all organized and I can find any card I want in no time flat, that's when I know it's all worth it to me. That's when I know I can look at this and I can go, yeah, no, I spent the time to do this because I wanted to make sure it was organized. You know? And then that way, if I get any more bulk, I can just go, okay, I only need to work on this bulk that I just got and not that bulk, which I already had. All right. That's Strength of Sequoia. All right. Now, I need to get into it here. Yeah, right? Definitely not as many cylinders as I'd like. All right, let me just double check this here. So, I almost want to start backwards, but right, not the right thing to do. All right. Hold on. Yeah, absolutely. Worth it. Worth it to me, at least, so. Worth it to me enough to do this over and over and over and over. Right? No, I just want to, like, get this. How did I do it last? I'm trying to remember how I did it last time. So this, we can just go... Biting Gale, Emerging Avalanche into this. And this will be good here. And then we have... I don't need all these cards. I do not need all of these. I need, like, these. Space on my desk. Space, that's what I need. Okay. Got that there. Then we do this. Red. Oh, and it's just, we just need the red. Because what we do is we take the red, and then we take this, and we can put it like this, and that's good to go. Then with this, we can take the red, red here, put the yellows and blues here. Quick and simple. Mulch, same deal. Red, red, this, snow under, same concept. Red's up here. This right here. And strengths. Strength of Sequoia in the reds, and then this here. And then we've got the turn timbers. Alright. That's that there. Just trying to make some space in my what do you call it? My binder here. No, binder. My 5,000 count box. Okay. What was that? Now we need these. Sometimes I stress myself out with how much I just like throw things all over the place, and I'm like, yeah, I'll figure out if I need them or not later. All right, so Dazzling Crescendo, Chilling Ice Vein, Chilling Ice. I think it's gonna be like this though. One over. Blizzard Bolt, Wake Out, Frazzle, Blizzard Bolt, Buzz Bolt, Chilling Ice Vein, Lake Out, Blizzard Bolt, Lake Out, Buzz Bolt, Frazzle, Dazzling. Maybe Cold Wave is. Cold Wave must be a rare. Must be a rare. Frazzle, Dazzling, Chilling, Buzzbolt. Let's see. All right. Those are bolts. Chinese Vein. Good old freaking ASMR. Putting these things into their correct areas. All right. Shindo, Flazzle, Breakout. Oop, of course, right. I was like, I'm almost there. All right. Now we go ahead and sort them by color here. The blues to the back. The reds to the front. That's good to go. You can deal with these. To the back. That's to the front. Just nope. See, we almost. There we go. Chilling Ice Vein. No way, those are the only blues. I refuse to believe it. Wow, it was the only blues. That's kind of crazy. Okay. A lot of reds. Blue. Okay. That's breakouts. Boom. All right. So now we just mix it with these guys here. Right. Yes. Yes, we do. That we make sure that we're only using that amount, leaving the rest over here, leaving this right here so that we can just do this. Okay. Blizzard. Vote. Bam. Blizzard bolts up top. Oops, that's buzz bolts. Buzz bolts right there. Wait. Now we have buzz bolts, of which we just do this and this. Top. This here. Ice vein. Easy one to put in there because we just have a blue. So we can just plop all this whole thing right up here. Need to be in. Cold Wave is a rare. Switch. Dazzling Crescendo. This is going to be a bunch of reds. This. So we do this. Like out. There. Okay. Making headway. Now we're into frazzles. So these guys can go here, and then it's just right here. All right, frazzles are good. Now we move into the Elemental Runeblade card. So, we've got Rites of Replenishment, Inspire Lightning, Shockwave, Stir the Wildwood, Vela Flash, Bramble, Stir, Vela, Bramble, Stir, Fire, Panic, Vela, Stir, Stir. I think these are the only, because there's 6, right? So, right, Stir, Vela. These are all going to be used in it's gonna be used in Aurora. A1 attack for 5 lightning fusion. If Vela is fused, you may play your next non-attack action this turn as though it were an instant. Huh. That might see play. And 17. All right. After we're done with Arya here, we definitely are gonna have to call it because I can't stay up much longer. But at least knowing Arya is done will feel a little bit better because that means that we will officially be done with everything that has a first edition and an unlimited version. We can finally be done with that, and we can then move on to just the 1.0 or the 2.0 stuff that has only one variety. Stir, Inspire, Stir, Bramble. Stir, right. We were just locking it in, making sure everything's in the right spot. And we're just going to simply organize by color. All right. That's Bramble Spark. Now, if I recall, this might be an actually pretty good card. Earth Fusion, 2 for 6, block 3. When you attack with Rights, if you have dealt arcane damage this turn, you may put a non-attack action card from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck. When you attack with Rights of Replenishment, if it was fused, you may put an attack action card from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck. I think Rights of Replenishment Florian is going to be like a pretty big deal. Being able to recur those Germinates and stuff is going to be really, really nuts. I think that's going to be a good one. And then, of course, Stir the Wildwood's going to be another great card to put in there, too. I think that card is going to be great. Okay. Now we look at this pile. Go. Pile. Now we just go and we sort. I wonder if I can just do this instead. Might be easier. Whoop. So maybe we do this, this, this. I just need them in 2 piles. Spark. Fire lightning. Right. Stir. Flash. Okay. So now we can do this. Into this. Into this. Into this. Growth. Fire lightning. This can all just go here. Rites of lightning. Rites of replenishment. For the wildwood. Then Velaflash. All right. That is it for elemental classes. Now it's on to the elemental parts. So we've got Entwine Earth, Entwine Lightning, Rejuvenate, Lightning, Invigorate, Earth, Rejuvenate, Lightning, Invigorate, Ice, Ice then Lightning. Should be less of these, I think, maybe, but could be wrong. Lightning, rejuvenate, lightning, rejuvenate, lightning, invigorate, ice, earth, earth. Locking it in. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm paying attention to what I need to. If you need my attention for anything, just let me know in chat. I am locked in though, so it might take a minute. Done. That was quick. All right. Earth. Lamb. Hopefully you guys can hear the music okay too. My hope is that you're able to at least enjoy some music when there's silence and you just like trying to get cards going. Make sure that's the case here. Yep. Perfect. And then moment. My girlfriend's out with her friends, co-workers. So, making sure she's okay. All right, so now we move into the things here. Ow. Right. Okay, well, Entwine Earth can go right here. Entwine Ice. Entwine Lightning. Invigorate. Rejuvenate. Earth card. Oh, that's right, because there isn't. That makes sense. Nope, that makes sense. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. We're making headway. Making headway. One Earth card. That's going to be Earthlore Surge. We got all these Earth cards right here. Gotta remember to put this in the Guardian spot here. So we got Burgeoning Sow Tomorrow, Burgeoning Break Ground, which is technically before that. So Autumn's Touch, Break Ground, So Floor Surge, Autumn's Touch. I think this just goes up here. Break Ground, Autumn, Burgeoning, Earthlore Surge, Sow Tomorrow, Earthlore Surge, Ground, So Burgeoning Earth, Ground, Burgeoning Autumn's Touch. So tomorrow. There is an Amulet of Earth. Shit. Okay, so it's Amulet of Earth first. So I was like, I think there's something else here, but could be wrong. Earthlore Surge, Sow Tomorrow, Burgeonings, Amulet, Break Ground. Okay. So we start by amulets, because that's just how that works. Autumn's Touches. Nothing for me to combine with this, so I just put them behind here. There's that. There. What? Where were we? Right. Tomorrow. Earth stuff. All right, cool. Earth stuff. We have ice stuff. We officially need the rest. Okay. Ice stuff. Winter's Grasp, Icy Encounter, P, Bite, Encounter. It's going to be an amulet advice, right? So H-I-J-K elemental P. Bite. Blast, chill. Bite, polar blast. Bite. Chill to the bones. Witcher's Bite, Winter's Grasp, Polar Blast, chill to the bone. Amulets. Icy, winter, icy, polar, amulet. God. Starting to feel it in my arms. About time I take a break here in a bit. But I'm only going to take a break when I'm done with Arya, so we're not going to do that. I'm trying to cool off here in Arizona. Still pretty warm though, even though things are getting better. I would say it's definitely cooling off a lot more on the nights. But during the day, it's still pretty hot. It's not raining, which is good. So we don't have any kind of like humidity or anything of the sort. But, yeah, it's pretty good so far. I haven't really had too bad of a deal there. Weather's been pretty mild, all things considering. The summer was really, really hot, but now that it's kind of fall now, it's in a pretty okay place, I think. So, and I'm happy about that because, you know, I like fall weather a lot more than I like summer. And so it's nice to have that back. Do. All right. Do. And then Winter's Grasp. Yeah, it's been nice. I'm imagining, yeah, it's probably due to cool off a little bit there in Arizona. At least you guys aren't going to get like snow or anything, you know. Whoops. Because we're still due to get snow here at some point. But when that is, who knows? All right, amulet device, chill to the bone reds. The rest of the chill to the bones go here. Whoops, almost dropped all these cards. That would have been so sad, I probably would have cried. Encounter reds. Polar Blast red. Polar Blast. Boom. I wanted to get in this game, but with the cost on entry being so high, I don't want to get an off-meta deck. Is Dorinthia any good? Yeah, no, I think Dorinthia is really, really good into the format, if I'm being honest. She is kind of that, like, off-meta. But it's still very viable. Because, like, you have to realize also that like when you're looking to build a deck, like sure, there's a current meta, but that meta shifts with like every new set. There could be a new armory deck that comes out and the meta can shift. Like for instance, they just recently got rid of a whole bunch of stuff that made like aggro super crazy. And now like mid-range looks a lot more feasible. So Dorinthia, I think, is in a pretty good place. You've got a lot of new warrior cards that are in the market right now. She got a lot of really good stuff in heavy hitters. What else? A fucking elemental card? Are you shitting me? Shit my whole dick? I knew I was gonna do this. They look near identical to one another. I just got done with this. We'll find a place for it. But yeah, no, there's tons of opportunity for even to play off meta decks. Like in some cases, it's almost better to play an off meta deck, because in reality, Sonny, the concept of the game is not that, you know, you have to just play the meta. It's about learning the ins and outs of a class that you really enjoy and becoming a specialist in that class. Because then you can tech that class and even sometimes that hero into the meta. So that way, in case your opponents are, you know, they're all on one kind of strategy and you know it's the very base, like everybody who's got the access to the internet is going to be playing this kind of version of this kind of deck because it won this tournament once. You can tech into that and be able to, you know, when it comes to the overall basis of Flesh and Blood, it's like any TCG. There are too many people with access to the internet who just want a deck that won something. They don't want to learn why the deck won. They just want to learn that the deck won something and go, okay, I'll buy all those cards. Try to have low tournaments. Yeah. And you can try out high level tournaments in any capacity, really. I'd say starting small is a good place first, right? Like make sure you can at least like win an armory. If you can win your local armory, you're in a good spot. Then you can go wait until like ProQuest season happens, which is soon to happen, I think in October, or November, one of those months. ProQuest is like if you win it, you get an invite into the Pro Tour. So that is certainly a way to go about doing it. The game really rewards people who are specialists on their heroes, though, because they're able to play these heroes and these classes better than everybody else is. And it really gives them that edge to go, okay, is the meta shifting? How can I shift my deck to now be teched better into the meta? Because most heroes can go several different ways. Whether it be you have to switch from Dorinthia to Kasai, or Dorinthia to Bolton, or however that might be, like all of those are warriors, except they all kind of play in a slightly different way that might be teched better into a certain meta. So it's all based on it. What's my all-time favorite hero? Ooh, gosh. My all-time favorite hero, I think, is still Dromai, probably, but only because of aesthetics. She definitely wasn't my original like favorite thing, but like Dromai, you were able to really do a lot of interesting stuff with her, and I liked how Oliver Dragons did something slightly different. So it was always like, you know, what were you running into during that game kind of deal. Hey, what's up, Jacob? How are you? How the hell is it going, my friend? Heavens close, electrify, ball, lightning, surge. There's lightning press, I think, in front of it, but I don't think we're gonna get there. S. Ball, lightning, electrify, ball, lightning, surge, shock. Yeah, and then amulet's gonna go right there, right? So I think we're looking to be like, I'm kidding. Yeah, so that's kind of my whole thing, Sunny. If it's easy to go online and to look at a deck that like won a Pro Tour recently and just be like, oh, sure, that's fine. But even if a warrior got top 8 somewhere in the world, it's a good basis to start at. But the meta is about to shift pretty drastically. So those lists are probably outdated at this point, which means that you should start with something that's really, really cheap and effective. A lot of like really good warrior cards are rares and commons. So start there and then build up your deck with majestics and specializations and things like that. And then finally start looking into things like legendaries or fabled if you wanted to play a fabled. Like the one thing with Dorinthia is that Dorinthia is off meta technically right now, but most Dorinthia decks are also running Heart of Findall, which is a $375 card, which you do not need to play Dorinthia, mind you. The only reason people play it in Dorinthia is because you want to have a decent amount of blues, and you're oftentimes going to be sacrificing some of your own defense value to come in on the offense. So you'll probably be at a lower life total than your opponent, so when you go to pitch this card, you could gain a life. That's the whole reason behind having that card in the deck. But it is not a necessity for the deck to function, right? I feel like that's a lot of people's initial expectations when they get into this game is they take a look at those big winning decks and they go, oh, so I need to drop $1,000 for me to even play the hero. And I can build you a deck for $20 that tells you how to play the hero and gives you an idea about what you're going to want to do on a hero for any hero inside the game of Flesh and Blood. And it's up to you then to realize, hey, I want to play this hero further because I like its playstyle. And that's when you go ahead and you go, hey, like, I would like to figure out what else I can do here. What cards can I pick up for cheap? What bulk can I have that I can pick up for cheap? And then just kind of work it from there. So that's my 2 cents on the matter. That's my $20 on the matter. Because funny enough, that's actually Dorinthia was a hero that my buddy was looking to get into when he started. No. Game stuff. Dragon cards are gorgeous. I like the whole circus thing Bravo gives. Don't play him, but I love the whole look. Yeah, he's a pretty fun hero to play, honestly. Bravo's very simplistic in the matter too, which is great because you can just like his whole thing is just like, cool, okay, block, come in with a really big attack, block, come in with a really big attack, block, come in with your hammer. Like, he's very simple in what he's meant to do. And then sometimes you get a really good hand and your opponent gets a really bad hand. And you're just like, okay, don't block, come in for 20 damage with a whole bunch of disruption. Crazy. Still don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, dude, Aurora is going to be really, really fun, but it's good to know pre-release. Do you get anything fun in your pre-release? Anything crazy? Like legendaries or anything like that? I'm going to mine Sunday, so I still have a couple days before my pre-release. I like that. Like that for her. What are all the different play styles of Flesh and Blood? You mentioned mid-range and aggro. I'm assuming there's stuff like ramp, control, etc. So ramp, probably not really. I utilize, there's really that triangle, right? You have aggro, mid-range, control, right? Or they call mid-range something else too. Tempo, something like that. So there's a triangle, right? Like there's that triangle metric. So it's like aggro does really well into mid-range, mid-range does pretty well into control, and then control does really good into aggro, and then that kind of concept, right? And like sometimes that's not like a direct correlation, because it's not that control will always beat aggro, because sometimes control draws really bad hands, and the aggro deck also runs disruption to disrupt the control player. So there's a lot of back and forth when it comes to Flesh and Blood. It's not very direct like Magic the Gathering is. But trying to get all of these guys here. Go. But yeah, I would say mid-range is probably the best for warriors, because they have a fairly okay time blocking, because a lot of their equipment blocks for a lot of damage. And then your offensive capability is really good because you present on-hit effects with your weapon. If you're playing Dawnblade, you present on-hit effects with your weapon that your opponent wants to block. Because if they allow you to keep attacking, because they're trying to come back with a really powerful turn, they will end up giving you too much power on your turns, and then you're not able to do anything about that. So it is pretty important that that things like that are put into check, but it's all based on, you know, whatever you got, right? Oh, loud as hell. But yeah, so that's kind of the whole thing there, is that you have the option to change it up quite a bit, which is really good. But it's all based on the meta you want to have it at, right? Like, if you feel like your meta is going to be different, like a core deck to just the bare minimum staples for her, I would say that I haven't personally made one, but if you go to fabrary.net, let me type it into... Let's see here. Into here. Fabrary.net. So if you go to fabrary.net, that is a great place for you to find deck lists. No, you're good. You're good. I'm here to help. That's my whole thing, is I'm here to help. But you can go to Fabrary and you can look up decks for Dorinthia. And you can also see in those situations cards that are common amongst those decks. Another resource you can use, actually, is I just realized too, this is another one I don't normally recommend because I haven't used it myself. Fabrec.gg. It's kind of like EDH Rec, where you choose a hero and it kind of gives you a spread of what cards are most used within the decks of that hero. So that's always helpful if you're looking for that. I think Fabrec is a pretty good place to start if you're like, yeah, I just want to figure out what staples are like, right? Like, what staples do I run in Dorinthia? You can just go like, yeah, it's going to be something along the lines of this, right? Off the top of my head, I can tell you things like Glint the Quicksilver are going to be really good. You're going to want to play things like Iron Song Response, Commanding Performance. She's got a pretty expensive specialization called Glistening Steel Blade. It's a pretty expensive card, but it is really, really good for her deck, so that is a thing. A couple decent Dorinthia head armor that isn't crazy money. You can play You can play Helm of the Sharp Eye. Helm of the Sharp Eye is a good Dorinthia helmet if you're looking for that. What else? Geez. We also have... What's another one? I don't know too many else. I mean, Crown of Providence is a pretty good one to get. I think Crown of Providence isn't... I guess it depends, like, what is crazy money to you, Jared? Because, like, if crazy money is, like, over, like, $10, then, yeah, like, Helm of the Sharp Eye is probably your best bet. But if you're okay with spending a little bit more for a headpiece, I think Crown of Providence non-foil is in a pretty good spot right now, if I recall. Okay. We're almost done with Tales of Aria. I can go to sleep. Okay, thumps. That's it? That's the only weird. Okay. The only freaking Guardian card I have, but I guess that makes sense. So bam and bam. So we got this here, and then we've got... So I only had those thumps. Interesting. That would have been good to know. There. So the meta shifting a lot. It's... So before this meta that's currently happening with the release of Rosetta, there was not as much arcane damage that was in the meta besides Wizard. And only one Wizard, that Wizard being Kano. Kano's whole thing was he was kind of off meta, but not really. And his whole thing is he has an OTK strategy where he sets his deck up to have the correct cards kind of in line with each other. He banishes them into his banish zone, and he's able to play a bunch of them at instant speed to power up his arcane damage attacks that are very difficult to block with the cards in your hand. Unless you have damage prevention effects and things like that. But they actually just recently banned a lot of cards inside Kano decks, inside pretty much every deck. The cards that were banned were cards that allowed you to draw like a ton of cards before that like it made it incredibly fair to your opponent if you drew more cards than what was usually acceptable, or that like your action points were. So like some of these effects, if you banish them in the right way and then played them at instant speed, you were able to gain like 4 additional cards. And like a 4 to 5 card hand average is what LSS wants for their game, and some people were having like 8 card, 9 card hands when they were utilizing these effects. So those cards got banned, and so Kano is not doing that anymore. He doesn't have that skill ceiling to just like push out a whole bunch of damage and do an OTK strategy anymore. He's got to play it a little bit more, control based or mid-range-esque for a wizard. So arcane damage was not really a focus in a lot of things, but with Rosetta coming out, we have 2 new Runeblade heroes, which kind of like try to do a mix between physical and arcane damage, and then 2 new Wizard heroes, which try to utilize a lot more instant speed cards, but also can utilize physical damage cards for a mix of physical and arcane damage. So because there's now more arcane damage coming into the meta, decks are going to want to have more blues inside of them so that they can pitch those blues to use their arcane barrier prevention effects or to do anything there too. So trying to do research about buying a thing. Yeah. And like I said, honestly, if you want my personal tip, like from me to you, go to your locals and ask if they just have bulk to give you. Because like I'm sorting bulk right here. Like I've gotten like 15,000 cards worth of bulk for free. So in most cases, people will be willing to give you bulk. And a lot of this bulk will give you cards that are, while they're commons and rares, most decks, even the high performing, like big tournament decks, still use commons and rares in their deck. And it's most of their deck. Like at least like 60 to 65, sometimes even 70% of a tournament winning deck, like a world championship deck, is commons and rares. So in those cases, you're still better off trying to get those cards for like near no money at all, because people are willing to just throw them away. And then you can just go, okay, cool. Like we're at a situation now where, you know, we can make those choices, right? And you can figure out what you want to play. That's always my suggestion for new players. But Runeblade is also pretty awesome, right? I'm not gonna lie. Runeblade's pretty cool, and Runeblade just got a lot of really good stuff that's going to be coming out in Rosetta. So another thing I can suggest to you is going to a pre-release for Rosetta that's happening this weekend. Call ahead to check to see if an LGS that is running a pre-release still has spots open. But that is kind of a big thing there when it comes to the game, is trying out stuff like that. So all right, sounds good, Michael. Well, take care. Thanks for popping on by. I appreciate you. Good to see ya. Okay. This. Okay, so sigil, singing. Here you go. A couple days ago, wanted help getting started. Oh. Has no bulk, or doesn't have a pre-release? I won't be able to make it, so I was a little intimidated by the whole build your deck thing, especially since I haven't played a game yet. Yeah, understandable, right? That is also something that can happen, is that you can feel intimidated. Luckily, it's something that a lot of people are going to be kind of like new to. So all right, that's all taken care of. Let's see. But yeah, honestly, like, God, if I had everything organized already, I'd probably just send you a Runeblade, and I'd probably just send you a Viserai once I have the Rosetta stuff to sort. I'd probably just send you a starter deck of Viserai and a starter deck of Dorinthia, and you can just play both of those heroes, and you can get like a friend to play or something, and you guys can just like play against each other. Until then, though, if you really wanted to try it out for, like, you know, you don't have to, like, you know, for lack of a better term, make a fool out of yourself, you can always go play it on Talishar. Talishar is the online, like, unofficial client of Flesh and Blood. So you can always go ahead and play there, and like test out decks. That fabrary.net is where you can make a deck, and then you can import it into Talishar to play in a queue against other players. So that also tests your stuff without needing to do that, though. Pre-sorting can probably help. Yeah, Jacob's got a bunch of bulk too, so What the frick? My next step here. My next step. I need to get this Monarch off my desk. I need to get Everfest up. To get this sorted into here. So let's just sort our uncommon stuff here real quick. So common, this, and that. Okay, easy. A Discord channel. I do have a Discord, but I'm not really on it a whole lot. I would say if you are looking for a Discord, in some of my videos I have here on my channel, actually most of my videos I have on my channel, you can find a Discord link to the Clash Discord. It'll say something like Bold Brew Games is the Discord channel, or is the Discord of this. And that's a Discord that has a whole bunch of casual players who play an unofficial format of Flesh and Blood that is like comprised of pretty much bulk. So most of the decks are like $10 to $20 and they just play into each other. I'm on the committee for that format. So I do kind of help. I help kind of precede that and help people get into the game a little bit. So, did I say uncommon again? Son of a bitch! I'm always doing this. I do that if anyone was okay with helping DM me. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, feel free. I mean, if Jacob's a pretty big dude into bulk also, and so I know he's got quite a bit, but I think he might be able to help out. These are all blue? Hold on. Hold 9 horses, little man. Hold 9 horses. Boop. Boop. So emerging avalanche can go up here. Mulch. Snow under. Strength. Sequoia. Okay. And then Buzz. Well. Wait, that's a foil. I think. You almost got me. You almost got me. Okay. This can go here. Confirm here. We've got Buzzbolts, Dazzling, Frazzle, Chilling, Blizzard, Frazzle, Flake. But yeah, so I do have one. If you do, I think if you do ! Discord, it might pop up. I'm not too sure if that's still available on this channel. But you can also find me if you go and you join that Clash Discord. I'm definitely there. And you can connect with me, you can connect with a whole bunch of very casual players, and that is where we kind of hang out and talk shop when it comes to casual Flesh and Blood to kind of get people started. Okay, our Connect Shockwave here. Through the Wildwood here. Boom. Alright, and now we have Entwine Ice, Entwine Earth, Entwine Lightning, and Invigorate. So, Entwine Ice, Entwine Lightning, whoops, we should do Entwine Earth, and then Invigorate. Rejuvenate. Perfect. Alright, I thought it wouldn't work. Hold on 1 second, let me see if I can get it going. And like I said, it's not a Discord I typically use a lot. I would like to use it more to have like a community Discord, but I just like I don't end up remembering to talk to anybody or like say hi in the Discord enough. So I'm always really, really bad about it. But let me go ahead and get it for you so that way we have it here. Invite people. Edit invite link. Never. No, we'll just do 7 days. So that way you get it. So anybody who wants to do it here. Anybody who wants to join it, here it is in the thing here. Like I said, if I had more people chit-chatting in my Discord, I'd talk more in it. But like, I don't often like. No, in most cases, you'll just see that being a, you know, hey, like, I posted something or I did something or this, that, and the other. And that tends to be the gist of what I have here for my channel. But if you want to join it, totally fine, right? I would like to probably end up getting more like deck techs and stuff up there on that that Discord, so that way people have access to them. Chill to the bone. Okay. All lightning and then into lightning surge. Gotcha, okay. Should be good here. Got it. This will go here. Questions or anything? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a way to message anybody on YouTube. So you'd have to probably just end up doing that there. Let me put this in here. I don't know how we ended up with less space. Put this in here. There's that. That should be okay. I'm gonna put Everfest, which again, fortunately for me, for all this Everfest, tomorrow's problem, not today's problem. Tomorrow I'd like to do a little bit more brewing. A lot more things I'd like to do before anything. I have a lot of commoner deck techs I'd like to make. There. One of these. This I can put into something else. We should be okay to just chill then. I'm gonna put this in here real quick. Give me 1 sec. There. All right, we made pretty decent headway. Again, the good news is that we're done with sets that are specific for the for the unlimited and the first edition. So good to know that's all set. Get this back up here. On. Move this out of the way. Like hitting everything that I touch. Just freaking downfall of mine. I'm gonna reset the camera. Give me 1 sec. It's gonna be dark. Then it won't be. Whoa, 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 whoa. Chill, dog. Chill, dog. Chill. Oh yeah, and that's Olympia. The one of the other heroes for the warrior class. So they're pretty cool, but there's not enough for them for me to be like, yeah, I should recommend you play Olympia. But if you like the playmat, that is nice. So, hopefully this is not gonna... Alright, jump scare. Ah! Alright, cool. That's all set there. Get out of here. Come on. Get your life together, keyboard. Okay. This is all done. I can move down there. I think that's it. Yeah, so like I said, there's tons of really awesome stuff available as far as resources go for the game. And I do suggest going to check those out. Whether that be something at your locals or it be something you find online, there's tons of resources online. I haven't covered every class or anything like that, but I do make a lot of very budget deck tech videos. For instance, there are these armory decks that come out, and armory decks are kind of it's $40 for a deck, and it's a starter deck for a certain hero, but it's also to help kind of utilize you understanding that class as well. And so I often make budget upgrade deck techs for these armory decks, so that way people know how much money they can put into it to make it like a pretty viable deck for their local armory. And then if they wanted to put anything more into it, there's going to be a more expensive, like, there's like a little bit at the end of the video that says like, you can get these cards also, and it's going to cost a little bit more, but you won't have to worry about buying them ever again. So it's at least nice there. But that's on that's on whatever case for that. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. So I am I'm very happy with how that all turns out. I mean, Juliet was badass looking, but when I was listening to how the deck plays, I got really confused. Yeah, so Rangers are a little different, and that's just how it is for some players. Essentially, you have so every hero, everybody, right? Regardless, everybody's got an arsenal slot or an arsenal space, right? We call it just an arsenal, and it's a place where you can put one card face down in your arsenal at the end of your turn if you still have cards in your hand. So if you have cards in your hand, you can put one of them face down in your arsenal, and then you would draw up to your intellect, which is in most cases 4. In this situation, we would consider that card that is an arsenal to be a 5th, quote unquote, a 5th card in your hand, even though it's technically not in your hand. But if it's an action card that you're able to use, then it's like having a 5th card in your hand. The only thing you can't do with a card in your arsenal is pitch it or block with it. You can't pitch it or block with it. So you can't make resources with it, and you can't block with that card unless that card is a defense reaction, which can be played. You can only play cards from your arsenal. So defense reactions in your arsenal can be played. Or arrows are another thing that can be played. So Rangers don't have regular attacks that, you know, you play out of your hand directly onto the combat chain to attack your opponent. What you need to do as a Ranger first is you need to load an arrow into your arsenal space, and then you can play your arrow from the arsenal space. So that is the concept of Ranger. So it depends, right? It depends on the card that you have in Arsenal. If it's an action card, you can only play it on your turn. But if it's a instant or a defense reaction, you can play it on your opponent's turn during the specific times in which you'd be able to use them. So arrows are normally only attack actions, and you can only play those on your turn. But if you have something that's like an instant card that gets an arrow to the top of your deck, then you can play that at the end of your opponent's turn to get that all set up, right? So, yes, yeah, Tappa. That's so there are some cards that allow you to block from Arsenal that aren't defense reactions, but those are very niche concepts. Not anything a new player needs to worry about. So yeah. So Rangers are a little bit more advanced, I'd say, as far as a class goes for somebody to learn. But overall, it's not that. There's a lot of sequencing when it comes to it, right? Sequencing is just like making sure you're playing cards in the right order in order for you to get the most value out of the card and out of the attacks that you're trying to come in with in your turn. I mean, it's certainly not a bad one. I would say probably KO or Bolton are probably the... What the f is this in my hair, dude? What the shit is this? Bolton or KO are probably some of the better choices for you as a new player if you're going to get an armory deck. Sorry, don't mind me if I'm just like playing around with my stuff, right? KO is definitely the simplest. Look at my hair, dude. What the hell's happening with this? Crazy. Why is my life like this? It's got all this hair on top of me. I hate this. Sorry guys, I'm just playing around with things. Anyway, that's fine. That's just cool now. Yeah. KO's probably the simplest one, and that'll probably be the one that most people go towards. But there are tons of things. Overall, one deck can absolutely master it. I just don't know which hero has longevity in a competitive environment. I'm willing to say for a competitive deck that's what needed to. And so something that you should look towards, are you aware of the Living Legend system yet, Sonny? Are you aware of what the Living Legend system is for Flesh and Blood? Yes, in a way-ish, but not really. It's not a direct ban list, but it's kind of like a ban list. So what the Living Legend system is that whenever a hero does really well at a professional event, like a Pro Quest or a Pro Tour or a Nationals or the World Championships, they get points. And these points are then put towards a total for that hero based on the amount of other events that they've won. And in Classic Constructed, the most competitive format of Flesh and Blood, and probably the one you're going to be getting into, unless you're getting into Blitz, Classic Constructed, if your hero hits 1,000 Living Legend points, they are retired, and you can no longer play them in the Classic Constructed format. Now, luckily, there is a Living Legend format, which is kind of like a fun side event, so you can still play the hero in future events that are for Living Legends, but in Classic Constructed, they will no longer be able to be played, and the weapon that is tied with that hero's signature weapon, is also banned and unable to be used. So for instance, when we take a look at this list, this kind of shows you the Living Legend board for Classic Constructed. This gives me, this is where I look first. If I'm trying to build a new hero, is how close are they to those 1,000 points? Because Dash, Inventor Extraordinaire, is a really good hero, but at 910 points, am I willing to drop the money to play her at locals in order for me to possibly, you know, have it eventually somebody in the world can win a tournament, get 100 points onto this hero, and then she'll retire, which means that I won't be able to play that version of the hero in Classic Constructed. But when you look down at heroes like this, right, there's a lot of heroes. There's currently 27. There's going to be 31 heroes in Classic Constructed. And 31 heroes in Classic Constructed, and only like 10 of them, only 10 of them have over 500 points. So so actually, Sonny, this is another thing that's with the game, right? While Dash Inventor Extraordinaire is a hero, the Dash that is getting a starter deck is actually this hero called Dash IO. So this hero, Dash IO, only has 67 points in the Living Legend system. So Dash IO is going to be able to be played with that starter deck. But if Dash Inventor Extraordinaire wants to play those cards, which they might want to play those cards, they can. But once Dash Inventor Extraordinaire hits 1,000 Living Legend points, they will retire from the format, and they will not be able to be played. But any cards that care about like specializations, correct. Yeah, there's 2 Kasai, there's 2 Prisms, right, in that kind of general idea. And I can show that here too. There's 2 KOs, and that's just because they're the same hero, but different versions with different hero abilities. So Dash Inventor Extraordinaire, her ability says that you start the game with an item in the battlefield already, where Dash IO's ability says you can look at the top card of your deck at any point in the game, and then you can play items off the top of your deck for an extra resource at instant speed. So, or not at instant speed, at the speed, and then you can crank them and get an action point and so on and so forth. No, is it instant speed? Am I crazy? Dash IO. At instant speed, yeah, as though it were an instant. It costs 1 extra resource to play. So when you look at heroes like Dash, right? If we just look at Dash, this is the Dash that is soon to hit Living Legend in Classic Constructed. So building for this hero might not be the best thing to do if you are trying to get into Mechanologist. But building this hero, which is still the same hero when it comes to your specializations, there are certain cards in the game that say things like specialization, and they'll be for certain heroes. So while this says Dash Specialization, you can only have it in your deck if your hero is Dash. Both Dash Inventor Extraordinaire and Dash IO are both Dash. So you can play that in either version of this hero. So when this hero eventually hits Living Legend, a lot of people who really like the character or really like the play style that this new Dash offers will probably just take all of the cards that were in their Dash Inventor Extraordinaire deck and just change the hero. So that is the good part about the longevity of the game, is that even if your hero is retired at some point, the class cards can just be swapped to a different hero, and you can play nearly the exact same way, but with a different ability. And you'll probably need to change out some other things, right? Because, like, Dash is able to start with certain things, so she's able to kind of set up her board a little bit faster. Whereas Dash IO, you're playing a lot more of these these items that have crank, and they can come out at instant speed, and you're playing a little bit more blues, and she also has less life than her original version of here. So there's a lot of things there, but that's kind of the concept, is like, don't feel super bad into getting why do I have this up? Get this out of here. The average time it takes for a hero to get tried, it depends on how good the hero is. In most cases, it's not. In most cases, it's a pretty long while. But for instance, KO Armed and Dangerous came out in Heavy Hitters, which was just 2 sets ago, which was in what? February of this year, right? Is when Heavy Hitters came out. So just earlier this year, KO came out, and he's already at 632 points. But that's because when Heavy Hitters was the only thing out, KO was really, really good. And like incredibly consistent. He would win a lot of events, and he would do very well. But KO eventually, it takes a little while for the meta to kind of catch up to, bring down the boogeyman of the format. And then we see some changes. For instance, Zen just came out in the last set, part the Mist Veil, and he was really, really good and honestly a broken hero. And Zen got to 595 living legend points, and it was just a few months ago that he was announced and released as a hero. So some heroes are really powerful, and people capitalize on that and then bring them to the top. But the good news is that if a new hero comes out that is of a class you're already playing, so let's say for instance, right, you want to play Kasai of the Golden Sand, or you want to play Dorinthia Ironsong, right? Both of these heroes under 600 points in the Living Legend system. If you want to get into Warrior, you get a whole bunch of Warrior staples and you get into it. And then a new Warrior comes out in the next set or the set after or whatever. And that Warrior is so incredibly and utterly busted. And the only thing you need is the new cards that come out of that set to make the deck viable for yourself. You're set to go, right? You buy a couple Majestics, maybe a new Legendary, and you're set. Because you already have all of the stuff from previous Warriors that you have played. So that's kind of the best part, is that if you're trying to keep up with a meta, just finding a class that you enjoy and sticking with it means that any of the legendaries you have can be swapped out and changed based on the meta that you're playing into. So if the really big control meta, you might not want to play an aggro version of your hero. You might want to switch to something a little bit more mid-range. If aggro is really big into you, then you might want to find a more control version of your deck as a warrior to battle out those aggro players, and so on and so forth, right? So there's a lot of flexibility with a lot of these classes, and especially because you're not just stuck, like Dorinthia is not the only warrior, right? Dorinthia Ironsong is not the only warrior. You have Kasai, who is also a warrior. You have Olympia, who is another warrior. You have Bolton, who is another warrior. Although Bolton has a talent tied onto himself because he is a light warrior. So he gets to utilize light cards and light warrior cards. So he gets a little bit of an extra card pool, but he plays differently than some of the other warriors. And Ranger after that. There you go. Well, like I said, Runeblade is about to have... Runeblade has a lot of good stuff coming out in Rosetta, so it's a good time for Runeblades. I would say, honestly, if you're going to buy anything for Runeblade, probably wait, because there's a lot of hype around the Runeblades right now, and so card prices for a lot of Majestics and Legendaries are about to spike. So Warrior right now is still a really good choice, because unless people are already specialists in the warrior class and that's all they care about, they're not going to go out trying to buy warrior cards. So warrior cards are going to be harder to push on the market, which means their prices are going to go down. So finding good warrior cards is probably easier than you think. Let's see. What's some good warrior cards? Let's see. Iron Song Versus. This is a legendary arm piece for warriors that's really, really good. And it is under $20 for a legendary arm piece. That's like almost an instant like run in most decks. Iron Song Versus $18. Let's go for another one here. Blood Spill. Grains of Blood Spill. This is a chess piece that's pretty good in regards to getting you some free resources if you have resources left over in your turn. This is about 45. No, max of 3 unique cards. So it's a max of 3 if you're in Classic Constructed. It's a max of 2 if you're playing Blitz or any of the Young Hero formats. It's a max of 2. But in Classic Constructed or Living Legend, it's a max of 3. So even this here, if you get Grains of Blood Spill, that Iron Song Versus, you get... I mean, you can get Refraction Bolters. Refraction Bolters is cents on the dollar, like 5 cent piece. And then Helm of Garbai, discard. A 24-cent headpiece, Battle Worn 1, and then you can banish the top card of your deck. And if I can play at this combat chain, activate this ability only if you control a weapon with power greater than twice its base. It's a block 1 Battle Worn that might have an effect that matters later. You could also probably play again Crown of Providence, which has a non-foil version of itself. Oh my god, this card went up. Holy shit. Never mind. Don't worry about this. This went up. My god. This is probably just like the hot thing right now. What's a good headpiece for warrior? No, sorry. Equipment pieces you only ever need 1 of. Ever. In most cases, you only ever need 1 piece of equipment. So usually, because with your hero, you have 1 headpiece, a chest piece, arms, and legs. And then you have a weapon, or you have a weapon and an offhand, or you can run like 2 weapons if they're one-handed weapons. So when it comes to equipment, you only need 1. Ever. There's a side deck for equipment. So it's set up. If you haven't already done it, actually, here, Sonny, a good thing to do. If you go to the Flesh and Blood website, this is my homework for you. If you go to this Flesh and Blood website, fabtcg.com, you can go ahead and you can click on the... Is it under Welcome? You can go to click Welcome here, and there's an interactive learn to play thing here that teaches you how to play everything you need. It gives you, it tells you about your armor, how to use it, how to block, how to attack, how to use reactions. It's got everything here. So I definitely suggest going to go check that out if you have not already. These are also great things to pick up if you're looking to just pick up some really easy things to start learning. Is these First Strike decks. You can buy 1 for Aurora and 1 for Terra. They're about like $11 a piece. And you get these 2 decks that you can play into one another to kind of learn a little bit about the game. So there's tons of opportunity for learning. But you'll get the hang of it over time too. So yep. Yeah, it's really, really nice. It's really nice. Very much so something that is, it's still pretty new for them to have it. But they're working hard to make sure that they can transition players to get kind of into the game pretty quick. So that's my homework for you, Sonny, is to go to this website, go to that interactive tutorial, learn a lot about the game, and then once you have a general idea and you want to play Warrior, it sounds like Warrior is your pretty hype thing right now. Yeah, I could probably even make a Warrior deck for you real quick. Let's see here. If I go here, don't bother about whatever I'm doing here. Give me a sec. Let's just say Classic Constructed. Let's go ahead and just say Dorinthia, budget. Correct me if I'm wrong, any Dorinthia players. So pretty simple here. We're gonna want to probably play Dawnblade because that's her weapon. You can go ahead and get I mean, like, Grains is good for sure. This also isn't bad. Courage of Bladehold. Courage of Bladehold is probably going to cost you less. So Courage of Bladehold isn't bad. Play Helm of Sharp Eye because headpieces are going to be wild. Let's just play this Iron Song Versus because it's under $20. And then let's just play Refraction Bolters. This is our equipment suite, currently $40 for this. Then we go into the actual deck itself. You're going to want to play things like, how do we make this budget? Let's get Rarity Rare. What makes head armor so pricey? It's not specifically head armor, because this head armor for this is only 24 cents. But a lot of the head armor that's available in the game is generic in its class. And when it's generic, it means it can be used in any class. And so some of these headpieces are just really good base value. And then the fact that they can be used in any hero and are not locked into one class or one talent makes them more in demand as a choice for you to play in the game competitively. So, but not every headpiece is, yes, in a way. It's not, it's a pretty universal staple. But like even if we look at this, right, let's look at T equipment and then head, right? So out of these headpieces, like you could play something like Arcanite Skullcap. Not a bad one here. It pretty much still blocks 2 if you have less life than your opponent. Not too terrible. Balance of Justice, a little bit more expensive. But then you also have a ton of other stuff down here. So like Helm of Sharp Eye is probably your better bet with a warrior, but you can also play something like Ironrod Helm. It just blocks for 1, but it still blocks. You have Ironhide Helm, which says that you can use a resource to block 2 with this. You can also, you know, play things like Glory Seeker that don't block at all, but you can pay 3 resources to draw a card. But it's these, but the other thing with these is that these are also legendary headpieces. So Arcanite Skullcap might not be a terrible choice here even, because what does the deck go up if we use this, right? $40. So it goes up an additional $40 if we play Arcanite Skullcap. And it's probably telling you about not even the non-foil one. Yeah, $44 for that headpiece. So probably the least expensive of a legendary headpiece, but there will eventually come a time in which everybody's got class-specific armor and things like that, so not too bad of a deal there. But let's see, can I do this quick? Can I do this real quick here? Overpower, we probably want 2 red overpowers. Precision Press. Go again, Piercing 3. No, we want the blues for that. You probably played Shunts. Take it on the chin's pretty good. Then what else? Then we go ahead. We add in Red Warrior's Valor. We add in Yellow Warrior's Valor. We add in Blue Overpowers. We add in Blue Steel Blade Shunts. And then we add in Blue Warrior's Valor. Then we go to the commons. You'll see this deck still says it's only $40. That's because I'm not adding in any Majestics or anything like that. What are some cards that are pretty good here? Iron Song Response, like a necessary thing there. Lead with Speed is probably something you want. Lead with Speed. Then you have things like Out for Blood. Stroke of Foresight, maybe just like one. Then we've got... You want to kind of have a lot of reds and then also a mix of blues and things like that too. I feel like Hit and Run might be what you want out of this, maybe. Oh, well, I mean, you can play things like Glint and things like that. Where is this card? Out for Blood, no. Iron Song Response blue. You can play Goblet, because why not? You can play... What else do we have here? Through the card in a deck, or some cards considered bricks you just hit. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's pretty much just like... I tend to put 3 of everything in a deck. But like in some cases, it's all about the curve of the deck you have, right? Because like, for instance, this costs 3 resources for me to play. And so in most cases, I'm probably not going to have that and still be able to attack very well. So I add 3 of the blues in there because they pitch for 3 resources to be able to play something like the reds. But if I'm stuck with a blue in hand, I can utilize that a lot better for other functions in my deck than I can this red. So if I'm stuck with this in my hand, I'm just kind of SOL. But with a blue, at least, I'll add 3 in there because it also blocks for 3. So it prevents a lot of damage if you block with it. And then it also still allows me to even pitch it to play a red if I need to. So sometimes 3 red Out for Blood aren't too bad either. The Quicksilver, is this a cheap card? I forgot. Yeah, no. Glint the Quicksilver, Steel Blade. You're gonna want Steel Blade Supremacy, and then probably Singeing Steel Blade. So now we're at a $50 deck. You're at 47 out of 60 cards. Really, you have like a sideboard you can go get into. Theoretically, you should be running this, but this is like a $30 card. What the hell else? Commanding Performance? Is this an expensive card? No, it isn't. So that's rad. How much is that? It's $1. Yo, this card's good. Commanding Performance. Probably need a little bit more blues here. So we're probably going to look towards things like... What do we play as a blue? Probably a little bit more defensive abilities. Probably a Clash of Agility. That might not be a terrible thing to add in here. No, we don't want to clash. What am I talking about? We're not going to have attack actions. Gosh, I don't know what the hell anybody runs in this deck. I know you run defense reactions, so you're probably going to run Sink Below. So you got sinks in there. That's a nice defensive thing. 7 more cards to theoretically make a legal deck. What are we looking at here? I'm I'm just gonna go fabrec, fabtcg. So we'll go here. Let's look at staples, classic constructed staples, or we can look at Dorinthia, Iron Song. Is that gonna be easier? Yeah, there's some 7 decks. Actions. Blue hit and run. So we can do that. Hit and run. Blue hit and run for this. Warrior's Valor, Goblet, Precision. Did I put Precision Press in here, the blue? I didn't. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't see it. Precision Press. 59. Iron Song Determination is a pretty good card. Bolden Blade, it's not bad. Not Felling Swing, that card didn't do anything. Not Dragon Blade, not Slice and Dice, not Sharpened Steel, although red Sharpened Steel might not be a bad thing either. So what, we can play Sharpened Steel. Boom. That's a deck. Theoretically, you could play more, right? You don't have to play a 60 card deck. You can play something like a 71 card deck if you really are trying to like that deck stuff, but it's much harder to get the stuff you need out of your deck for this. So I'll probably just remove this and remove maybe this and add 2 more Sharpened Steels. There is a blue, red, and yellow for most cards at rare and common rarity. But Majestics are only ever one color. So for instance, this Commanding Performance here, this is a Majestic rarity. It only comes in red. And then you have cards like Steelblade Supremacy, which is a Majestic. It only comes in red. But Warrior's Valor is a rare. It comes in red, yellow, and blue. And you'll learn that a little bit more. Goblet of Blood Red Wine. This is a situation actually where this card only comes in blue. It's a common card, but it only comes in blue. So there's that. And what? How does it even look? Does it look good? Swing Blade, Sharpened Steel, Swing Blade, coming for 6. Should I probably Commanding Performance, Swing Blade. Arsenal? I don't have like a lot of go again in this deck, but that's to be understood, I guess. So yeah, so that's kind of the concept. With Dorinthia, a lot of what you want to do is you want to attack with Dawnblade, find a way to give that Dawnblade go again, and then have it hit. And if it hits, then because of Dorinthia's ability, you can attack with it again. And if you hit with Dawnblade a second time in the turn, then it gets a +1 counter on it. Which means that then you can pay 1 resource to have it come in for 4, and then you just keep pumping it a whole bunch until eventually you win. Deck's fine. But like, this whole deck, $60. Others are most cards unique in how they play. I mean, there's a lot of synergy with one things or the other. So for instance, Glint is an interesting card because its initial purpose is for you to give your weapon go again to allow you to attack with, to allow you to do something else on your turn. But it also has the reprise ability that says if the defending hero has defended with a card from their hand to this chain link, you get to draw a card. So it's a situation where your opponent usually will want to block, but if you play a Glint the Quicksilver and you blocked with a card from hand, now you as the Dorinthia player get to draw a card. There are certain situations where like Hit and Run's really good because it allows you to give your next weapon this turn +1 attack. So this will give a buff to the Dawnblade coming into it. There's some synergies. Certain decks do things differently. For instance, there's another way you can play this deck as instead of playing with Dawnblade, you can instead play with a Hatchet of Body and a Hatchet of Mind as like a dual wielding warrior. And they utilize this hit and run and also the Blade Runner card a lot more, because they help kind of buff up that next attack and put on a little bit more pressure. So there's that. Blade Flurry is another like really good card as far as this is concerned. So that's another thing. If you want to get some really good understanding of how Dorinthia plays, you can check out, they're called, I don't know what their actual YouTube @ is, but this is them. If you can find them on YouTube, they're called the Card Guys. There is a man by the name of Josh Lau. He only plays warrior. He's like the warrior guy. Like if you were to be like, who's the best warrior player I know in the Flesh and Blood space? It's Josh Lau. So if you go find videos there, they've got a whole rundown on everything you need to know about warrior, how, the small critical points of value you can get when you're playing certain cards into certain other things. And it really, really helps. So that is something you can definitely do there. So I suggest checking that out. If you're looking to get into warrior, he goes into like everything. I mean, I think he talks about Kasai, he talks about Bolton, he talks about Dorinthia. Dorinthia is his like love though. He loves Dorinthia. So if you're trying to get into Dorinthia, that's certainly a place for you to check out. Yeah. But it has been an absolute pleasure, but unfortunately, I do have to go. It is late. I do have to go to work tomorrow. So that is a thing. So, and yeah, Sonny, not a problem, dude. It's seriously, the concept of my channel is to help guide people into the game. And then once they know what to look for, they can branch into specializing what they want to do. Because once you're in it and you learn a lot about the lingo and the general value of cards, the game it's pretty easy to kind of pick up a new hero or a new class and kind of like get into it, right? And the more you invest into the game, the less you have to spend when you're trying to switch heroes, which is pretty good. So you don't have to like switch out cards. There's no rotation or anything. It's just like, if you have warrior cards and you like these warrior cards, if that warrior card doesn't get banned because of how like powerful it is or whatever, you can play it in any warrior deck. So art and competitive aspects of the game is appealing it. Well, there you go. Well, there's a lot of it. Let me tell you, the artists are really great. You can start looking into, if you're going to spend any kind of money into the game, you can start spending it on artist proofs of characters. Those are also really great. A lot of artists in the Flesh and Blood space are willing to do artist proofs and do like portraits of heroes and things like that, especially if it's on like cards that are for the hero. Tons of cool stuff. But yeah, happy to help. Thank you everybody who was watching today. Thank you all for going through this journey. This journey with me. It was a pleasure. And yeah, if you're not going to a pre-release this weekend, I suggest going to one. If you can't, unfortunately, I'm sorry to hear that. But if you are going, have a lot of fun, right? If you can't go, play some Talishar. All the cards are up on Talishar now for people to play with, so that is an option. And then, if you're a bulk goblin like me, try to get as much bulk as possible during these pre-releases, so you can play with the cards. But that's it from me for today. So thank you all so much. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel here. I'm going to try to do some more live streams and things like that, especially when it comes to sorting cards. But I think tomorrow, after I'm done with work, I'll probably do more like gameplay specific stream where we try some commoner with these new Rosetta cards we get on Talishar. We play some commoner and really kind of dig deep into what the meta looks like for these heroes. So We'll get into that then. But again, thank you all so much for hanging out with me and watching me, you know, spend my life sorting cardboard. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Sonny. That's what I always hope for, is that I'm able to help people understand, right? Because, you know, TCGs are hard to learn sometimes, and Flesh and Blood is definitely a difficult game to understand in its initial sense. But once you get the hang of it, and you play enough games, and your understanding of when turns are and so on and so forth, it's second nature, right? So anyway, thanks guys, I appreciate you. And hopefully you guys have a fantastic pre-release, and I'll probably see you guys sometime tomorrow where we play around with some commoners things on Talishar. So thanks for hanging out, have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys later. All right, everybody, nerd out.